All right. So we see that, one, we have dealt with things higher than square roots now, right? And so, but you know that these are all square roots because there's an understood 2 at the top of the root sign, correct? All right, so those concepts can still play into play, and we're going to go through and we'll look at them. So the first thing we need to do is we need to simplify these, because what do we know about adding that doesn't hold true for multiplication is that the radicand underneath needs to be the same number. Has to be the same number. So before we even try to combine anything, which we can't combine one thing right now, before we do any of that, we need to simplify them down. All right? So to simplify that one down, ask ourselves the questions. There's 2 questions I can ask myself. I can ask myself what factors, what perfect squares are factors of 12, or what are the factors of 12, and if it's odd or even, I know I'm dividing by 2. And so I'm going to ask myself the question, what perfect squares are factors of 12? And I know that that is 4. 4 is the only perfect square that's a factor of 12. And so therefore I know that that's going to simplify down to 2, because that square root eliminates a square. I combine the 2 whole numbers on the outside, and that's going to give me -6 square root of 3. Do y'all agree with that? Okay, because this 4 is simplified down to come out. All right, we're going to bring down the plus sign. This one can come straight down. It needs no more other simplifying because 3 is prime. All right, and now we're going to simplify the 20. Once again, now I'll do this one differently so you both people can see, so everybody can see the same, or both sides of the problem. So I'm going to ask myself, what factors give me 20, and if 20 is odd or even? Since 20 is even, I know that 2 can divide it, so 2 times 10 gives me that. Then I ask myself, what are factors that give me 10? Is 10 even? And since it's even, I know it can be divided by 2, or 2 is a factor. And there we go. And what does the square root do? That's not rhetorical. What does the square root do? It undoes the square, so 1 comes out, 1's eliminated, and 1 stays, right? And so what I have out front is I have 6 square root of 5. And so what can I combine? I can only combine these ones because they're the same. So I know my plus 6 square root of 5 is going to come straight down, and I can only add the whole numbers. And so the numbers that I can add are going to be those 2, and that gives me -3. That is the answer. That is the answer.